I'm going to show you a few progressions that you can work on to be able to fall out of your handstand safely and comfortably. The first one is a lateral locomotion called the monkey that will slowly make you used to taking your hips above your shoulders. Depending on which is your dominant foot, mine is the right and it's the same foot that I place forward before doing a cartwheel, you will turn in that direction for this drill, so that the non-dominant leg will initiate the jumping kicking motion. You're going to place the non-dominant hand in front of the dominant foot and the dominant hand next to the non-dominant one at more or less shoulder width apart. From there, you're going to take the non-dominant foot in line with the dominant hand, and so on. It sounds more confusing than it actually is. Start small, focusing on coordination and on making the movement look smooth. Once you're familiar with the movement pattern, you can work on taking your hips increasingly up until they're over your shoulders. It's important to keep your arms straight all the time, actively pushing the floor away and trying to keep the shoulders stacked on top of the hands. Try not to make any noise when you land, which means you will have to have most of your body weight in your hands, and try to keep the feet close to your hands when they touch the floor. Once you're comfortable with the feeling of floating and having your hips over your shoulders and hands, you can start practicing a cartwheel from standing. When practicing a cartwheel, imagine a straight line departing from the dominant foot stepping forward. You're going to place your hands on that line with the fingers facing outwards towards the direction of the dominant foot, the right in this case. As the hands reach towards the floor, the back leg is going to start lifting in a motion that resembles a gymnastics front scales. Focus on keeping the lifting leg straight and pushing the floor away, locking the elbows. Our goal is to move on top of the imaginary line we drew on the floor, taking the non-dominant foot close to the non-dominant hand, just how we did in the previous frog locomotion. You can start exploring the movement, keeping your hips low and moving them around the shoulders until you're confident enough to stack them on top of your hands. For the next progression, we're going to start in a wall-facing handstand. From here, lean forward towards your shoulders until your feet come off the wall and move past your body line and over your hands. Practice falling from that position by twisting the hips on the side of the fall and stepping the hand on the same side forward to catch the fall, rotating it at a quarter turn. Alternatively, you can take one foot off the wall to try and balance before letting the other foot move over your balance point. Once you're confident falling from the wall-facing handstand, it's time to move back to the center of the room and practice the same movement from a freestanding handstand. Place your hands on the floor in front of you and kick up deliberately using too much power. Your goal is not to find balance yet, but to learn to feel safe in the fall. Move the hand forward and always think of keeping the legs and feet close to the body, trying to recreate the soft landing that we practiced doing the monkey locomotion. The fear of hurting yourself can be a major obstacle while beginning the journey towards handstands. Being confident in your bailing will make your progress faster and your practice safer.